Hello and good morning, everyone. Today is going to be the most vulnerable post I have ever shared and will probably ever share. I don't know about will probably, because, who knows what will happen in the future, but at least right now, as you can see by the title, this episode is all about talking myself off the ledge. And you are going to see me do this in real time. Yes, this is absolutely about the carnivore way of eating, and I will get to the carnivore side of stuff before I start talking myself off the ledge, so you can see how to do that yourselves. But before I do, there's a little bit of a backstory and a few other pieces of information that I would like to share first. First things first, I have Kleenex. I have my raw unflavored LMNT electrolytes in my amazing Starbucks tumbler. I am not paid by Starbucks or affiliated with them in any way. I just have a very healthy appreciation for their tumblers and have many of them. This is 20 ounces. I fill it mostly with water and the electrolyte, just one sachet, and then I sit up. I will need to sip on that throughout. I also have this thinking putty. See how it's purple? It also has a bit of a glitter sheen in it. It comes out like this. I'm gonna play with it a minute and I'll show you what happens. And then I also have my teddy bear. Yes, I am a grown woman with a teddy bear. Let me tell you why I have this teddy bear. I was given this teddy bear when I was born. So yes, he's with me. Mostly he sits in my closet, but I figured doing this kind of conversation requires some extra bits and pieces to get me through and comfort that inner child who is feeling all sorts of feels. So this is the thinking putty. As you can see, the more I play with it, it changes color. So it was that super dark purple. It's gonna go like a pink. So I'll show you that again in a few minutes. Okay, so, oh gosh, where to start? All right, so you all know that I am doing this 14-day carnivore reset. I am doing carnivore for numerous reasons, numerous health reasons. One, this is not my top reason, it is not my main focus, but one of the main reasons I am doing carnivore is to drop some excess weight. In 7 weeks, I put on around 23 to 25 pounds. That was after a breakup. So, that happens for most people. I'll just show you this. It's all nice and pink. I'm gonna put that down so I can concentrate talking to you all. And I got very distracted from my goals, and in order to reach those health goals, the way that I had chosen to do that was through carnivore. So fast forward through to today. I am on day 6 of that 14-day carnivore reset, and very much inspired by Bella at Steak and Butter Girl and her transformation in 14 days. Now keep in mind, she has remained carnivore. She has not gone off carnivore, but due to her situation was eating a lot of processed foods and cheeses and processed dairy. And that meant that she was very bloated, very inflamed. And so her transformation was very fast, very quick, and very noticeable. And honestly, if I'm being honest with myself and being honest with you, I was hoping that I would have that transformation as well. I said that I was not going to weigh myself until day 15. Well, I woke up this morning and I'm like, I'm excited to see just a little bit of transformation. I'm basically a week in. I'm just going to do it. I won't update it. I won't tell anyone because I want there to be that very distinct 14-day, 2-week gap in those numbers to really see the significance. Well, I weigh the same. I weighed myself and I weigh the same. And I weigh myself first thing in the morning. So I had my shower, I brushed my teeth, I did my hair, I got ready for my day. And then I kind of just sat on my bed for a while. And then I went downstairs, but I didn't really want to eat anything. And then I was trying to do some stuff on my computer. I had a Zoom counseling session that was an hour and a half away. And I got an email to say that session had been cancelled. Now, let me preface Carnivore with this. I am doing Carnivore to address depression and anxiety. I cannot take mental health medication. I'll go into that another time, or I'm pretty sure I have in a previous episode, so I'm not going to go through it now. But sugar, carbohydrates are sugar, so sugar causes, or if you already have and you haven't been a sugar eater, it exacerbates depression and anxiety. And that is a huge driving factor for me doing Carnivore. But just like medication to address depression and anxiety, eating a carnivore lifestyle is only treating the symptoms. It's not actually dealing with the source. So I am a full believer in seeing a therapist and dealing with those pains and stresses in your life with somebody trained to help you with them. And I have been doing that for 1.5 years through 2 years, through weekly, no, actually it's about 1.5 years by the time I found the right counselor. So I've been doing weekly sessions for 1.5 years. And recently I have missed a number of sessions with my counselor. I came across a life coach who is also a counselor who was doing some short-term intensive work with me, and I've really been enjoying doing some sessions with that person. But hadn't seen anyone for 4 weeks. This weekend would be week 5. And so to receive that email to say that that session had been cancelled, I was just like, okay. So I'm sitting there, I'm feeling pretty down, pretty frustrated that I haven't lost any weight. I'm still feeling really frustrated that I haven't lost any weight. So this is where I want to get into Carnivore more. This is where I want to get into talking myself off the ledge and just being super vulnerable with you all in that process. And I hope that in doing so, it helps you talk yourself off a ledge when you find yourself there. It helps you pick yourself back up and move forward and move on and choose to love yourself into wellness. Love yourself well. Okay. So this is what I'm feeling right now. I'm very frustrated that I haven't lost any weight. Now, people say scales aren't the only way to tell whether or not you've lost weight. You're right. You need to look at clothes. You need to look at measurements. My clothes don't feel any different. I do feel like when I get bloated, I get really bloated right under my chest. Instead of just having a wider stomach, sort of more around that hip area, waist area, just above my belly button, it's a lot higher where my diaphragm is. So that has gone down for sure and is way more comfortable, but my pants don't button up there. my pants button at hips, waist area, right? So feeling very frustrated that I haven't lost any weight. Feeling very frustrated that clothes I want to wear, I can't wear. Feeling very frustrated that I basically have one pair of shorts, one pair of kind of pants in rotation, and a few shirts. Like it's frustrating, right? I have not done devotions this morning. My heart just doesn't want to face them, doesn't want to pick up any books. I did finish listening to a teaching video. It's the introduction video. It had like 20 minutes left on it. I managed to get through that. I didn't want to eat. I did eat. I cooked up some wings. There were maybe 11 wings, chicken wings. I deep fried them, cooked them up, and I did clean up after myself. I have some things that I need to list on Facebook Marketplace for sale. I couldn't bring myself to deal with that. I have errands that I need to do. Procrastinating. I could have gone to my church. They have an event on this morning. I could have gone there and maybe even been ministered to. But my clothes don't fit. I haven't lost any weight. And I don't want people to see me. So I'm being a recluse, staying in my house. It's also the reason I don't want to go out running errands and grocery shopping. I don't want anyone to see me. I've put on weight. I haven't lost any weight. I've been really obedient the past 5 days, and this morning, day 6 of this carnivore reset and the goals that I'm trying to achieve. And you know, I just don't want to, I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want to leave the house. And you know, I found Carnivore on June 15, 2020. And you know, that's over 3 years ago. I would love to say that I am 3 years carnivore, and you know, I look at all the other people out there like Bella and Kelly and Emily and Serena and Jesselyn and Nisha and Bruno and Canberry and all these other people that are out there, and I look at them and I'm like, they went carnivore and they stayed carnivore and they stayed true, and I could have done that, and I haven't. I went solid carnivore June 1st last year, 2022, and I was for 7.5 months until mid to late January. This year I lost a friend, and I stumbled a bit with carnivore. I got back on pretty quickly and was doing really well. I was dating a guy, and then we broke up, and you know, that's just taken its toll, and I stumbled again with carnivore very decently for 7 weeks. As I mentioned, put on, you know, we'll call it 23 pounds, right? And you know, so I'm sitting there this morning and I'm like, I suck. Why am I even doing this? I'm not going to put anything on social media. Why am I even doing YouTube? Like, why am I even just my personal Facebook? Why am I even, like, nobody's going to care. You know, if they don't see any posts from me or photos from me, nobody cares what I say, what I think. Nobody wants to spend time with me. What's the point of even doing carnivore? I'll just eat whatever I want as long as it's healthy. Okay, I hope you guys are starting to hear some of the things and that that's been going on in my head. I hope you're starting to recognize some of those things that maybe you say and do yourself. You know, I live with someone, so my housemate, she was around for a little bit. She's left now, and she's trying to talk to me, and my head's just not in there. My head's just totally focused on, you know, does she see how fat I am? Does she see how overweight I am? Is she repulsed by me the way that I am? She said to me, are you coming this morning? Now your counseling session's cancelled. I'm like, trying to decide, but, you know, probably not. Like, I've got some errands to run, you know, fluffing around the actual issue. And she's like, okay, well, have a good day. And off she goes. And all I want to do is lay on the couch and watch TV, knowing that when I do that, I still don't feel good, and I just feel worse, knowing that I also need movement in my life, and I like physical movement. I haven't been moving much in the last month and a half. Had to pick up my bear. So here's where I'm going to talk myself off the ledge. So one of my first thoughts was, carnivore freaking sucks. What's the point of doing this? I'm doing this 14-day challenge. I'm basically a week in and I haven't lost any weight. This is stupid. Why am I even doing this? I may as well just add back in tea, because clearly that wasn't the cause of me putting on weight. This is where I'm going to talk myself off the ledge. Emily, you might not have lost weight, but you haven't kept putting it on. Dairy has you put on weight. So don't add back in the tea. What's the point of even doing carnivore if I'm not going to lose weight? Well, you put weight on when you don't eat carnivore, and you feel very sick when you don't eat carnivore. Also, Emily, remember that in this 14-day challenge this last week, you have eaten 20 pounds of chicken in the form of chicken wings, deep fried in beef fat. That is perfectly healthy. It is nutrient dense. However, it's about a 60-40 fat to protein ratio. I know because earlier this year, I think it was, I tested this out. I know that I lose weight the easiest and the best when I am eating high fat carnivore, which is 80% fat to 20% protein ratio, and around 2,500 calories a day. I've been eating 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day, and I've been eating 60-40 fat to protein ratio. Bella, in her 14-day transformation, ate a lot higher fat ratio. She was eating a stick of butter a day, which I think is 8 tablespoons of butter. I think she might have been eating more, but I think she usually eats about a stick of butter a day. She was eating things like beef flank and short ribs, lots and lots of eggs. I haven't eaten as much eggs. Pork belly. I haven't had pork belly. I've had chicken. Pork belly is super high in the fat to protein ratio. So Emily, no wonder you haven't lost weight, and it's actually okay because you've stuck to carnivore for 5 full days now. You haven't eaten processed foods, you haven't eaten sugar, you haven't drunk them, you are still flushing them out of your body. Last night you were craving ice cream, you were craving a sweet dessert. You didn't do that. Today you could do that. Today you could drink a Spindrift. Today you could have ice cream with a friend tonight. But that would derail you from the progress you have made in the last 5 days, and it's not really what you want, and you will continue to put on weight instead of stabilize your weight or lose it. So don't do that. You have no more chicken wings left. Yes, you could buy some more, maybe not as much. You could buy some high-fat meat and eat that. Like you need to go grocery shopping today, so buy some extra butter, buy some, higher fat meat like pork belly or beef and eat that. You want to know what else? In the next week, you're going to get your cycle. And what happens before you get your cycle? Oh yeah, fluid retention, and you put on weight. You put on at least a few pounds, around 3. So, based off that information, you've actually lost 3 pounds. Yep, you've actually lost 3 pounds. Your clothes feel really tight, and yeah, no wonder, because your abdomen bloats around this time, and that's where you do your pants up. So yes, you're going to be bloated in that space. So baby girl, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't let this get yourself down. Just keep going. Find some clothes you're comfortable with, even if you try on everything in your wardrobe. Closet. Sorry. Go run your errands. Get them done. Because when you get them done, you will feel a sense of an accomplishment, and that will help get you out of this funk. When I told you this, this episode was going to be raw, I meant it. Honestly, I expected to cry by now. I am an emotional eater. I definitely have a food addiction. Definitely have an issue with binging and eating foods that I know will hurt my body when I'm hurting emotionally and feel like I don't have the strength to face those emotions. A big part of the reason of why I'm doing carnivore is to address those unhealthy patterns and habits in my life. And having done carnivore solid for 7.5 months, I can tell you now, the food freedom, the mental freedom and wellness that comes through eliminating all forms of sugar from my way of eating. I am so grateful that God led me to carnivore. Really, really grateful that he led me to carnivore, because it does bring so much freedom. And, Bella, back to Bella, in her 14 days, she got her cycle on day 3. By the end of the 14 days, she had lost 6-point-something pounds. So if we account for the fact I'm about to get my cycle, I usually put on about 3 pounds, which means I've technically lost about 3 pounds. I'm about halfway there, and I'm on the beginning of day 6. So 5 days in and I've lost 3 pounds. It's actually pretty good, right? Yes, Emily, that's pretty good. Anyway, that's what my toddler that I nanny. That's what she would say. That's what she'd do. She'd grab one of her soft toys and she'd talk. Use it to talk to you. It's very cute. Well, talking myself off a ledge. It means being kind to myself. So hugging a soft toy might be something that you do. This is special to me because I've had it since I was a baby. In fact, this was probably bigger than me. I was super, super tiny. Using something like this to work through the pressure and the tension that is in your body. Sipping on an iced beverage. Letting yourself cry it out. So I've got the Kleenex. Another thing that I have here that I didn't tell you all about at the beginning is I have a weighted blanket. So I have that wrapped around me and draped over my legs. But the thing that I really wanted to point out to you and share with you is how to deal with the ick that comes up. Those negative self-talks that happen when we feel hungry, angry, tired, lonely, when we feel discouraged or hopeless or helpless, frustrated. Those thoughts of, why am I even doing this? I haven't lost any weight. One, I'm not doing this for solely the weight. I'm doing it for other health issues as well. And I'm feeling a lot better in those areas. I'm doing it for depression and anxiety, and I'm feeling a lot better there. If I lose no weight at all, not dealing with depression and anxiety, it's worth remaining carnivore. I haven't lost any weight. This sucks. Blah, blah, blah. You're about to get your cycle. You've been eating 60-40, not 80-20. You haven't been moving your body. It took 2 weeks for you, at least 2 weeks for you to notice you were putting on weight. Maybe it'll take 2 weeks to notice you've actually lost weight. So what I'm pointing out there is when you have that negative self-talk, it's also about looking at the picture as a whole and counteracting that self-talk. Okay, I'll give you another example. I am extrovert. Not extrovert like I walk into a room and start doing cartwheels so everyone looks at me and talks to me. I'm the kind of extrovert that it's like, I need people to recharge. But I also need some chill time and some downtime. The problem is, I'll schedule a day to myself. I'll stay home, I'll do a face mask, I'll have an Epsom salt bath, I'll watch some of my favorite movies and read some of my favorite books, I'll enjoy the sun. And then by midday, everyone hates me. No one wants to spend time with me. No one likes me. I don't have any friends. No one cares about me. If I were to die today, my body probably wouldn't be found for 6 months. No, Emily. You specifically told your friends you were busy and you couldn't, you had other things planned. You specifically scheduled time out for yourself. You need this. Remember, you're catching up with this friend, and this friend during the week, and that's already booked. You're fine, right? And so it's actually the biggest way we can help ourselves is that when we have those downcast thoughts, is to actually take a moment to look at that thought and see if we can rebuttal it in any way. I have done strict carnivore for 4 days and I have not lost any weight. What are the facts? So bring in the facts. Yes, I have done strict carnivore for 4 days and I have not lost any weight on the scales. However, bloating is gone. I'm about to get my cycle, which means I put on weight, I gain fluid retention, and I bloat in my abdomen, which means my clothes won't fit as easy. It's also only been 4 days. I usually notice weight dropping a little bit longer than that during my cycle. You've also been eating 60-40, not 80-20, or you've been eating to 80-20, not 60-40, if you're somebody who needs a lower fat amount. You're also not doing carnivore just for excess weight loss. You're doing carnivore for other reasons. So you're looking at the negative downcast thought that's flowing. You've got all these thoughts flowing through your head, bombarding you like this, where inside your head, they're a lot quicker than when you're talking. So what you want to do to these thoughts is bring up the facts. Just bring up the facts. So how am I feeling now? I do feel better. I'm still frustrated that my clothes don't fit me as well, because let's face it, if I had not put on 23 to 25 pounds, my clothes would fit me. Even though I'm a little bit bloated from about to get my cycle, my clothes would fit me. I'm sure there's some other things that I wanted to share on here and some other things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember them right now. I would like to say, please be kind. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. If you have an encouraging story or an encouraging win of your own, please share it. I would love to hear it. Yeah, thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Please jump on over to my Instagram, thatcarnivorelife.gram, and follow me there. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. It would really help me out. Thanks. Oh, but more than helping me out, it would just be encouraging. Yeah. Thanks, and have a great weekend.